Hey guys, Lord here, back in with another action figure review. Today we'll be taking a look at the G.I. Joe Classified Series Dreadnought Monkey Ranch. Not to be confused with one of my favorite Foo Fighters songs. And screw you if you don't like the Foo Fighters. Alright, there are worse bands out there, like Pink Floyd. You guys know why I don't like Pink Floyd. It starts with Roger, ends with Waters, who's a dick. But at any rate, this is brought to us by the fine folks over at Hasbro, who are not dicks, because this figure is fan-freaking-tastic. I would say of the Dreadnoughts, this is one of the better ones we've gotten in the history of this line because of the accessory loadout. So why don't we cut right to the chase and get into the meat and taters of this review and take a look-see at all good old Monkey Ranch has to offer in terms of accessories, starting off with something that we do not see very often in this line, a pair of fist hands. Alternate hands to the G.I. Joe. What's next? Alt hands with Star Wars? Heh, you're funny. But there you go. You get that. You also get alternate headpieces, which, considering how much is changing here, it's a wonder they didn't just give us a head. We get hair and the bandana, as well as a pair of sunglasses. Now, I'm curious if these will work on Buzzer, because his sunglasses suck and fall off. These are just regular looking sunglasses. They are pinched, pretty closed. And I wonder if I can get these on him without too much effort, and if they will stay. I would assume their heads are about the same as far as width goes. That said, we do have a revolver style pistol. Because he's a cowboy, baby. I don't know. Maybe he is, maybe he isn't. We also have a pair of axes, question mark. I'm assuming they're axes. Look at the top. Almost like fireman style axes. They are a little different, I think. Yes, they are. They are a little different in terms of design. So they're meant to go on his back a certain way. That's good to know. I think this is supposed to go up above this one. This is supposed to go down like that. But we'll have to figure that out. Because last, certainly not least, he comes with his crazy tuning fork rifle. This can pull out. But what good is that? Keep it in there. Yeah, crazy looking weapon. You can get this on his back, but I'm probably just going to cut the camera before size comparisons and wedge it in there. Off camera. Use some off camera power to get that done. But here he is. His belt's a little loose fitting, so putting the gun in there will help hold that in place so it doesn't just fall off him. But other than that, he's fine. Like, he's a good figure. I like him with the gas mask and the bandana around his neck. It's a little bulk to him. So because of that, though, you don't get a lot of head range, like at all. It's mostly just a swivel, but that's fine. I think the aesthetic wins me over there. Shoulders can pop out pretty far, all things considered. Yeah. And his butterfly joint works. It was not frozen out of the package. That's nice. Full rotation in the arm. Bicep swivel. Double elbow, but it's very tight. Swivel hinge wrists. This one has the appropriate hinge for holding stuff. Doesn't get a lot of range because of the cuff. This one is the inappropriate hinge for holding stuff for some stupid reason. Gets plenty of range, so figure that out. Ab crunch works. It'll crunch forward once. Probably crunch back once if you took his vest off. You can take everything off this guy too if you wanted to. Just have a shirtless tough guy running around. I don't know why you'd want that, but choice is yours. He does have a ball jointed waist. That does work okay. Hips forward and back. They do have the drop down. Very minimal, so I don't see the point in that. They will kick out. They will kick forward. Thigh cut, double knee. Fully pinless, by the way. So I know you guys are fiends for that. This knee is not as tight, this upper knee, but it doesn't need to be. It's got some nice cookie joints, and then there's a lot of joints compensating for that. He does have a boot cut, so it's a nice forward and back in the foot. We don't see that all the time. And he does have a rocker, so very solid figure. That said, why don't I get his pistol in there? If I can find it again. Where did I put it? There it is. Got his pistol right there. Then for the axes, these little clips on the back. Kind of meant to specify where you're supposed to put these. I just hope I get it right the first try. I think that one's supposed to go on the bottom and this one's supposed to go on the top. I think. I could be wrong. I probably am. Somebody will correct me in the comments if I am, I'm sure. Or not. But there you go. There he is with those slung on his back. Looking good. I mean, I think that's how that's supposed to go. I don't think it's the other way. If it's the other way, I guess I'll switch it off camera and do whatever. But yeah, like I said, I can get the gun in here, but it's a bit of a pain in the ass, so I'm going to do that off cam. But cool figure. Definitely one of the highlights from the line this year, if you ask me. But at any rate, I think it is time now that we move right along and take a look at some size comparisons. First up, here's good old Monkey Wrench alongside a couple other Dreadnoughts I had handy for comparison. We got good old Xandar, the only other Dreadnought to come out this year, at least as far as I know, unless you want to count that Cold Slither set, which no, I don't have, and yes, I am feeling the FOMO with that. Being a heavy metal guy, that would have been cool to have, but gosh darn it, it was a little pricey. But not too pricey, it just wasn't in the budget at the time. And then, of course, selling out in 2 seconds doesn't help either, but we'll neglect that for now. That said, we also have Zartan, who I dug out of storage for this specific size comparison, just so you guys knew I wasn't bullshitting you when I said I had Zartan. He was just hiding. That said, I can't help but feel that out of all the Dreadnoughts, he feels the most outdated. I don't think he's pinless, and he's a little wonky here and there, but I still love him nonetheless. He's a cool figure. One of my favorite Joe characters. And you can't knock a dude rocking some Mad Max style armor and Alice Cooper face paint. I mean, come on. But yeah, Monkey Wrench scales fine with these two. Two Z brothers. I do have Zorana, but you know how I roll with comparisons, so getting these two out of the way. I will say, it'd be nice to get a Zartan where his hood doesn't fall off when you set him down for a second. We bring in our two regulars, the Mythic Legion's Brother Manibelith, and the infamous 11 Spawn, who, as usual, yeah, towers over everyone. So, with that being said, it's time now that we wrap things up with some final thoughts. Overall, and as far as Dreadnoughts from the G.I. Joe Classified Series line goes, Monkey Wrench is definitely one of them. However, I do think the accessory layout with good old Monkey Wrench here is far superior than any Dreadnought we've ever seen before. On top of the fact that he has alternate fist hands, which is something odd to see with a Classified Series release other than Cobra Commander, retro card mainline or otherwise, but he is, of course, fully loaded with an arsenal of weaponry and alternate options for the head, whether you want the gas mask or the more traditional bandana sunglasses look. He's got it all going on. Plenty of options for this figure if that's what you're looking for. Therefore, I have to give him a full recommend if you are like me and are building out your Dreadnoughts squad. I almost said Dread Knight. That is the Iron Man villain that Hasbro should totally update because they have the fully scaled body now thanks to that Triton dude from Inhumans. So with that being said, hope you guys enjoyed this review, and until next time, I'll catch you guys later.